My total amount in student loans is $230,000.
It's $230,000. It's $230,000.
I don't feel great about having that large amount of debt, but at the same time, I don't let it hinder me in what I do in my life.
They won't get that house because of her, not him.
I hate when people put in debt because I think that debt is debt. No, it just depends on where you put it. You get in debt for a car, you get in debt for different reasons. So one is
sure.
So let's not, we won't use that debt.
The old adage of your debt now becomes my debt. When you become a married couple, if she is bringing in $50,000 worth of debt, you know whose debt that is now? It's her husband's debt. Both of y'all's debt. You guys don't know, my goal here, I want to have more positive discussions, right? I think that we can move forward from the constant back and forth between black men and black women. However, I can't do that when I still see black women blatantly lying about certain things to the black audience to make it look like they're doing so much better than black men. So I was watching a live stream from one of my favorite channels. I watched the Lapeef Network, and I was watching one of his shows that he had playing, I believe it was yesterday. It's a show called A Chic Critique. I think I'm saying that right, or a Chic Critique, right? Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I was watching this, and it was a couple things that one of the young ladies said on the panel, and I just wanted to address it here. Like I said, I rarely comment in somebody's space because sometimes when I comment, it can derail the conversation. Yeah, we're going to break this down. So here we go.
Debt is weighing down their debt to income ratio. They won't get that house because of her, not him.
So let me I hate when people put in debt because I think that debt is debt. No, it just depends on where you put it. You can get a college education for $50,000 if you do what you're supposed to do. Under $50,000, a car costs $50,000. One is a revolving, one is installment debt. So one is investing in yourself, one is investing in something that depreciates. So let's not talk like people are just not in debt. You get in debt for a car, you get in debt for different reasons. So one is
sure.
So let's not, we won't use that debt.
Wow. So basically the premise of this conversation was to discuss college and women having more college debt than men. What tends to happen in these conversations when we talk about college, we already know the statistic that's been quoted over these spaces for years. Black women earn more college degrees than black men. But what everybody fails to mention is that every race of women earns more college degrees than their male counterparts. So the figure that you're looking at here, this is the Educational Trust Analysis of the United States Census Bureau. So if you look here, black women tend to only focus on college degrees. So the yellow is college degrees. There are 36.1% of black women that have college degrees. There are 26.5% of black men that have college degrees. So yes, black women are outpacing black men in regards to college degrees. However, every race of women outpaces their male counterparts. But the only time we tend to hear this is when black women use it against black men as if we're doing something that's abnormal. So you would think that if a group of people have higher education, then that would translate into their overall annual income, and earnings, right? But it doesn't. Black men still out-earn black women, even though black women have more college degrees. And it's not just black women, it's all women. All women have more college degrees than their male counterparts. All women make less than their male counterparts. And also another point that I see a lot of black women bring up is they say that they're the most educated, which is absolutely untrue. If you look here, this is white women. 51.4% of white women have college degrees. And it's been like that for years. So black women are not the most educated. They are the most enrolled. And like I said, forgive me, black women, if you're watching this, I got love for y'all, but sometimes these things have to get debunked. And I have to do this. I'm not doing this to throw it in your face or to make you look bad. I'm a huge supporter of people getting education. I have to say that again. But when we have young women on platforms that spew out false things, we have to talk about it. So she brought up the point of trying to make a correlation between college debt and having debt for a car. I didn't see the correlation, but she used it. So we're going to break this down, not using the car example, but we're going to break down college debt. We are going to include women's college debt in regards to men marrying, because that is very important, because you guys know the old adage of your debt now becomes my debt. When you become a married couple, if she is bringing in $50,000 worth of debt, you know whose debt that is now? Both of y'all's debt. So it definitely and absolutely does matter that we talk about how much debt women are earning. So this is actually from U.S. Department of Education, National Center for Education Statistics. So if you look here, this is women's debt, college debt. Women they go to college more than their male counterparts, so they earn more debt. For undergraduate loans, including principal and interest, after 1 year graduation, Black women have a little over $41,000 in college debt. So that matters. Cumulative debt on women's graduation loans. Again, Black women have a $75,000 college debt 1 year after a graduate program. So to sit there and say we're not going to use debt in regards to relationship and marriage discussions, no, we have to use debt because that matters. Just imagine that you marry somebody and they have $75,000 worth of college debt that you now have to take care of. That's why that matters. That's why men have to make sure they factor that in when they start to vet their woman for marriage, if that's your goal.